Konnichiwa Nakamai, host Logan 23. You're joining me for Freshman, Book 3, Chapter 4, Budgetary Concerns. Stay to the end for an important announcement. Meet Chris in the lecture hall for the first student council meeting of the year. Arjun also joins you. Hi Arjun, you're in the student council? Yeah, I'm actually vice president. What about you? Just a concerned student here to support her friends. Awesome. I'm glad to see we've got student support. Arjun gives you a high five before turning to Chris. Excited for the textbook proposal? More like nervous. What are they gonna do? Refuse to listen to the president and the vice president? With Sebastian involved? They very well might. Of all the people who could have gotten hurt in a skiing accident, why did it have to be the treasurer? Don't worry, Chris. Sebastian hasn't ever been able to stop you before. The other officers will support you. Ugh. Yeah, but the thing is, we were able to stop him with blackmail. Damn it. Ooh, okay, so let's try... Sebastian hasn't been able to stop. We'll try. That's true, but I haven't been able to stop him either. If we keep trying to block each other, nothing's going to get done. You think that they're still going to be the case? You're supposed to be the one in charge. Yeah, but see, it's a democracy. I'm going to try my best, but it's not going to be easy, especially considering that Leela's the secretary. You're kidding. She was one of Sebastian's most vocal supporters. You hear a high-pitched voice coming from behind you. What is Chris kidding about? Nothing, apparently. Hello, Leela. Hi, Mizumi. Just so you know, we've got a student council meeting that's about to start, so you should probably clear out. We have important business to attend to. Oh god, why can't the zombie apocalypse happen? Thank you, Leela, but I'm actually here for the meeting. Oh, okay, I was just saying. Oh boy, and here comes Sebastian. Sebastian enters, followed by Professor Adia, the faculty advisor. Good afternoon, all. Chris, to start the meeting, you need to tap your gavel on the lectern and say the meeting will now come to order. Yes, Sebastian, I read the guide. You should take a seat now, Mizumi. Good luck. You give Chris a quick hug before taking a seat in the second row. Chris wraps the gavel on the lectern. The meeting will now come to order. The first order of business is the reading of the minutes. The secretary will read the minutes of the previous meeting. Leela stands and reads the minutes, followed by Sebastian's treasurer report. Finally, it's time for new business. Is there any new business, Edgar?
I move that Hartfeld University give the D&D Club official status as a student organization.
No.
I second that motion.
Is there any discussion? Sebastian?
Well, this is an interesting proposition. I have some budgetary concerns. From my understanding, Dungeons & Dragons is a fantasy game which encourages violence and escapism. Should we really be using our limited funding to support such a venture?
Several other students you don't recognize speak up in agreement with Sebastian. In the end, the motion is shot down. Okay, for once I can agree with Sebastian on that. Alright then, is there any other further business? Chris looks around before continuing. Okay, I move that the school use some of its funds to supplement the cost of textbooks, should that costs exceed $300. I second that motion. Is there any discussion? Sebastian raises his hand again. Sebastian?
As noble as this proposal is, I have major budgetary concerns. Do you have any idea how expensive textbooks are?
No, we don't attend college here whatsoever. We're here, to get free pizza. Of course I do. That's why I was...
My question was rhetorical. It's my turn to speak right now. The fact of the matter is, textbooks costs are part of life for any college student, and our alumni donors are going to be reluctant to foot the bill.
Thanks, Sebastian. Is there any further discussion? You shoot your hand up. Mizumi? I believe this program would benefit everyone. Sebastian is just being bitter. There is a way to compromise here. Compromise or benefit? Compromise or benefit? Technically, it would benefit everyone. We've all had at least one quarter where we ended up paying too much for textbooks, and I'm sure that's true of alumni as well. If they're donating, it's because they care about the school, isn't it? Wouldn't they want to help the students? Sebastian scowls at you as you take your seat. Thank you, Mizumi. Is there any further discussion? Leela? Leela stands up to speak, but Adia interrupts. Actually, Chris, we're running out of time. Let's table this issue until next week and wrap up the meeting. Okay, alright, sorry, Leila. Chris quickly wraps up the meeting and the two of you head back to the suite. Well, that went about as badly as I expected. The Sebastian thing really has been bothering you, hasn't it? I know it shouldn't, but, yeah. Budgetary concerns is going to be a thorn in my side this quarter. I can feel it. Maybe so, but the motion hasn't been shot down yet. It's only because you care so much. I know, and that's the worst part. I wanted to do something good for the school, but instead it's going to be Chris versus Sebastian, round 2. So what do we do? Chris puts his head in his hands. I don't know. Caitlin pokes her head in from the hallway. Sorry, I couldn't help it over here. It sounds like, to me, your best weapon against Sebastian is some major fundraising. Yeah? If you go into next week's meeting with tons of extra funds, Sebastian's budgetary concerns claim won't hold water. Caitlin, that is genius. I'm guessing you have something in mind. How about a benefit concert? Later on, you, Chris, Caitlin, and James print up some flyers and start looking for places to post them around campus. Thank you again for convincing your bandmates to do this, Caitlin. You're welcome. They're not really the school fundraiser type, but they agreed it would be a good way to draw a crowd. Whoa, I don't think I've ever seen the coffee shop this busy before. Shoot, I forgot. The humanities department is having an open house today. Campus is full of prospective students. At the register, you see a teenage girl talking to Zig as a line grows behind her. Zig's eyebrows are pinched in frustration. I remember who this little girl is. Oh God, it's you! Claire! He looks... Oh, hold on. You look seriously strong. You could probably pick me up, no problem, huh? Probably, but I don't... The girl giggles and twirls a piece of blonde hair around her finger. We should test it. I love a hardworking man in uniform. I'm Claire. This is a t-shirt. Did you want a latte or something? I can't just stand here and watch this nightmare unfold. You charge up to the front line and plant yourself next to the girl. Hey you, you're holding up the line. Get away from my boyfriend. Your lipstick is smudged. Uh-oh, someone's having a makeup emergency. Oh my God, are you serious? As serious as the situation on your face. I told Pierre that if this happened again, oh! She pulls a compact from her purse and checks her lipstick. When she sees it's fine, she rounds on you. What is your deal? My deal is that you're holding up all the line for all these people. What people? You gesture at the long line that is built up behind her. Everyone glares at her angrily. They must have just shown up.
I've been here for 20 minutes!
Poor people have no patience. Whatever.
Yep.
What? No, if you meet anyone who is like up there, time is money. Literally and figuratively. You don't waste a rich person's time. Unless you're like you, where daddy buys everything. She looks you up and down, a smug smile playing on her lips. What's your name? Mizumi. Why? What an interesting name. It's just has this air of destitution. Maybe I'll see you next year.
God damn.
She turns back to Zig with a saccharine grin. And you, I will definitely see soon. The girl blows Zig a kiss. She whacks you with her purse as she slings it over her shoulder and heads for the door. As soon as the cafe door swings shut behind her, the people waiting in the line collectively breathe a sigh of relief. I think they're expecting a bow or something. I'm way too humble for all that. I actually just came to ask you a favor. Now you're taking up the line. Get to the back of the line.
I want my coffee!
After that rescue, anything. But I just need to ask one small favor first. Would you mind hopping back in line? Some of these people are pissed. You head back to where your friends are waiting in line. Good save, Mizumi. Zig has to put up the poster now. We're almost on the front line, so I guess we'll find out. You get to the front and Zig nods at you and your group. There she is, my knight in shining armor. So, you need a favor? Yeah, my friend's band that was here the other night. The Gutter Kittens? Yeah, I saw you sing with them. You were great. Caitlin blushes a little at the compliment. Caitlin just joined the band full-time, and they agreed to play a benefit concert to support one of Chris's student council initiatives. You pass Zig one of the flyers, and he looks it over. Subsidized textbooks? You think it's dumb? No way, man. Something like that would definitely help me if I decided to go to school. I'll put it up for you. No way I could refuse after the show Mizumi put on. Zeb grabs a roll of tape from behind the counter and hangs it up right in front of the register. Thanks. That will really help us out. Anytime. Maybe I'll see you guys there. You and your friends walk out of the coffee shop. That was a total success. Where to next? Let's check out the library? You arrive at the library and see Trip standing behind the checkout desk. Hey Trip, you're working at the library now?
Yeah, it's my new, on-campus job. I'm saving up to buy a new laptop.
Good for you. Since you're working here, would you mind if we put this poster up on the bulletin board? Caitlin's band is having a fundraiser for the student council.
Oh, I'm not sure if I'm allowed to do that.
Do what? Put up a poster?
Yeah, I don't want to do the wrong thing and lose my job.
Trim, there's a chance to show your boss you can take some initiative. I worked at a restaurant last summer, and the one thing my boss always liked was when us waiters could handle problems independently.
Really?
She said that if she wanted someone who would just follow orders, she would have gotten robots to do the work.
That makes sense. Alright, I suppose my boss won't object to a student council fundraiser. Here.
Takes a flyer and staples it to the bulletin board. I mean, it's literally a bulletin board, dude. Thanks a lot.
No, thank you. I'll be sure to go to the show, too. I've always wanted to be in a mosh pit.
Live your dreams, Trip. We'll see you there. You all wave goodbye to Trip and make your way to the Kappa sorority house. So, you think the Kappa girls will want to come? You never know. There are a lot of punk fans out there, too. You ring the doorbell. Hi, everyone! What brings you here? Hi, Madison. We were wondering if you could hang this flyer up in the sorority house. Is Alyssa Griffin doing another concert? Well, you're half right. This flyer is for a concert. I joined a band, and our first show is this weekend. All the proceeds are going to the student council. Oh, that sounds like fun. I'll be sure to... Becca appears at Madison's shoulder. She scowls when she sees the four of you. What are you doing here? Calm down, Becca. We're just here to see if you'd be interested in displaying this flyer. Yeah, what's it for? It's for a punk show? Really? You're into punk music? You're into punk music? Totally. Ever blasted Black Flag after a stressful week? There's no better feeling. Becca catches herself. Fine, I guess we can hang this up, and if I have some extra time, I'll see if I can come to the show. Wait, you're actually gonna help us? Who are you and what have you done with Becca? Don't push it. Oh, she has moments before everything in the next, season. Bye, guys! See what I mean? You never know who is in the punk. You make a few more stops as a group, eventually making your way to the center of the campus. You know, I've been thinking, maybe we should split off into teams. We would be able to cover more ground that way. If it gets the flyers handed out faster, I'm all for it. Okay, how about I go with Chris and Mizumi goes with James? Caitlin gives you a wink. Well, if you insist. Then it's settled. We'll see you two later. James takes your hand, and the two of you start walking towards the academic buildings. Just so you know, I saw Caitlin winking at you. God damn it. Okay, so his expression and what he just said, that was perfect. I can agree with that. Is that a compliment? Of course not. He leans forward to kiss you, but is interrupted by the sound of giggling high school students. Hey, can a girl get any privacy around her? The students scurry away. Now, where were we? He wraps an arm around your waist, pulling you in close. See, I wouldn't have been interrupted by that kiss. And the little giggling. I'd have been like, you know what? I don't care. Like, there's just times when you're, with someone. It's just, the whole world just should fade away. I believe. You tilt your head up, your lips inching closer to his. We were right about... You move in closer, your lips nearly touching. You raise the flyers, creating a barrier between your mouths. Wow, you blocked yourself! Ugh. To hang up the rest of these flyers. Oh, Mizumi. Such a tease. Alright, let's be quick. I do have a few more pages of your novel to read before our meeting tomorrow. After running around campus for a while, you and James duck into the theater. Looks like I have a few flyers left. Let's hang some here and I can hand out any leftovers in class. Good plan. In that case, let's say we call it a night after this. He puts a hand on your arm and you smile. Sounds good to me. You want to head back to my room? Maybe in a bit. I kind of like spending time in the theater. Yeah, it's peaceful here. The place brings back a lot of good memories. Both, actually. So, I know what their meaning is. Broadway, the curtain and everything, but they're kind of one and the same if you think about it. And a lot of times when I do go to the movie theater, I'm usually alone. And so I like picking a nice spot. Especially when it's like when a movie first comes out and it's bright and early on a morning where no one is there. It's so nice and quiet. Or when you go after a movie's been out for like a couple weeks and it's really quiet. I like doing that, and then it's just you and your immersion to the movie. So, I'm gonna go with peaceful. I like to come here and write sometimes. It's quiet and usually no one else is here. I hope I'm not disturbing your sanctuary. You never. You're always welcome company. James pulls you close and kisses you softly, but then pulls away suddenly with a smile. What's so funny? Nothing. I was just thinking, we're all alone in here. You run your finger down the lapel of his blazer. Yeah? Come on. What are you getting at? What do you think? Come on, let's be honest. Maybe it's a bit, risky, but what if you and I, here, right in the middle of the theater? I mean, if you're up for it, let's do it center stage. Wow, I was gonna suggest we get cozy backstage. Hey, go big or go home, right? You and James climb on top of the stage. He wraps his arms around you and nuzzles your neck before kissing your collarbone. Hang on a second. I have an idea. James darts backstage. You hear him fiddling with something, then the stage lights suddenly come on. Oh, this is literally bright center. That's more like it. Figured we might as well go all out. Well, I certainly won't say no to a little mood lighting. I think it's time for a costume change? A kissing scene. Damn. Costume change? James wriggles out of his clothes and you kiss his bare chest. The salty taste of his skin lingers on your lips. Okay, your turn. James pulls your clothes off and lays you down on the stage's wooden floor, climbing on top of you. You arch your hips against his, following the sway of his body as he kisses you vigorously. I can't believe we're actually doing this. It's certainly not my usual theater experience, but I wouldn't miss the performance for anything. Hey, if you do your job right, I won't have to perform at all. If I do my job right, you mean like this? James lowers his head between your legs and you let out a gasp. Oh, you're definitely on the right track. James works his way up your body, stopping to caress your breasts. You wrap your legs around his waist. I don't want to move from the spot. Then don't. James licks your collarbone and pushes his pelvis against yours. You feel James' breath against your chest and close your eyes against the glaring stage lights. Leaves a bit for the imagination. The next day, James comes by at lunch to give you his critique of your most recent chapters of Vasquez's book. So, what do you think? I'm really enjoying it so far. You've done a good job capturing the personalities of your friends in these characters. But there goes to be a but in there somewhere, right? Well, don't worry about hurting my feelings, James. I want this to be as good as possible for Adia. Okay, well, you might want to work on showing rather than telling. There were a few times when the characters were just saying things about themselves that they could have shown us. Could you give me an example? Sure. Why don't you look through my notes while I run to the restroom? I'll cite specific instances when I come back. James stands up from the couch and stretches his arms out. Ow! Sore from yesterday? James grins, a twinkle in his eye. Very, but it was worth it. Be back in a minute. Did you have some fun on the center stage, James? James exits the roof, leaving you with the binder. The first few pages have several detailed suggestions, but the rest only have occasional notes. You flip back to the front of the binder and notice a letter from the Dean of Students in the front pocket. Ooh. I'm gonna go with read the letter. Dear Mr. Ashton, congratulations, your request for leave of absence to intern with the Galactic Pictures has been accepted. Please fill out the attached paperwork and return it within 21 days to confirm the date of departure. Best, Martin Stafford, Hartfeld, University Dean of Students. James returns a minute later. Hey, sorry about that. So, where were we? Ah, show and not telling, right? He opens up the binder and sees the letter. Damn it. I forgot to take that out. Did you read it? Can I say I did read it? Please don't hate me. Well, I guess it's my fault for leaving it out in the open like that. I appreciate your honesty. You give James a weak smile. It's alright. He kisses you on the forehead. The school approved the leave of absence. Now I just need to decide if I want to go. So it's not a done deal? Far from it. It's a great opportunity, sure, but can you really see me in Hollywood? Okay, so let me be honest here. That is... Damn. That's a lot to take in, but let me be honest here. When you go to Hollywood, or when you do something, and you're literally and figuratively reinventing yourself and doing something big, you need a fallback plan. Or you need a backup plan, or you need a secondary thing. So imagine if his play, for a moment, let's separate ourselves from, if you do know what happens, let's just say his play flunks completely. Then he's, I mean, he can come back to college, yeah, but that's it. It's going to be completely demoralizing. It's going to be completely failing. It's like me and my YouTube channel. If I fail on one project, if I fail on one video, I can live with that because I have other content, I have other videos to do. And I have other voices and other things. So you know, I've been through my own transitions doing voices with the characters. Since I first started, I go back and I kind of laugh at myself because it was like I tried to be my normal voice, but then move on. So I don't want to dishearten him, but I can see him doing it, but at the same time, he's only going with one play. It's exactly what you've been working for all throughout college. Is it though? I always pictured my work on stage, not the screen. Who's to say you can't do both? I mean, how many writers really stick to one thing? That's a good point. I just worry that I'll get too comfortable and forget what I really want. You've still got some time to decide, right? Fortunately, yes. James takes your hand. Of course, if I do go, that means we'll be apart for at least a quarter. Are you still okay with doing long distance? I mean, if I do go, I would definitely want to, but given the choice, I'd rather see you every day. I actually made this choice. I wasn't heavily invested in her, in the girl I was dating. But I made this choice, and I chose that our relationship, was something that she needed to focus on her shit, and you know, we would address, which we never did. Kind of like the relationship fizzled, and she, right after that, found someone else. So I guess it just wasn't meant to be. Pretty much when you let love go, if it's meant to be, it has a chance of returning. I mean, I'd rather see you every day, too, but please don't base this decision on that. If the best thing would be for you to move to LA, then by all means, go for it. I give James' hand a squeeze. Consider this permission to put my feelings aside and do what's right for you. You don't know how much of that is a relief for me to hear you say. James caresses your cheek and draws you into a gentle kiss. We've still got time, but no matter what I choose, you'll be the first to know. As he says that, you grab your phone and your heart jumps. Oh, speaking of time, my psych class starts in 5 minutes. I've got to go. Oh, yeah, okay. I'll leave my notes in the kitchen for you. James hugs you goodbye and you rush off to class. That evening, you watch Caitlin practice her songs for the gig. That was great. You know, I knew you liked to sing, but punk music really suits you. Thanks. That's gonna be our closing song. Do you want to go over any of them again? Nah, I think that's enough. Natasha warned me that I could wear out my voice by over-rehearsing. Yes and no. It depends on your voice. And it depends on also what you're doing. You scoot over, and Caitlin flops down on the couch. Chester Bennington, there were times where he would recite a song like 30 times before the show. Are you nervous for your first show? Actually, no. I'm really excited for some reason. I just know that this is all going to turn out alright. I can't believe how lucky I got. Last week I was saying that I wanted a place to belong, and now I found it. That's great, Caitlin. Be sure to remember me when you accept your Grammy. But don't you think you're rushing into this? No, I don't think she's rushing into it. Oh, don't worry. I never forget my bestie. If I ever get to walk the red carpet, you are so coming with me. Can I wear the I am with the band shirt since I'm literally be with the band? Oh my gosh, you have to. You know what we need right now? Coffee? What? Popcorn! I guess. Caitlin hops up and runs over to the kitchen. Her phone buzzes and lights up. Hey, Caitlin, you've got a message. Could you get it for me? You take Caitlin's phone and read the text. The two of us should hang out after concert. I promise it'll be fun. Signed, Natasha. The two of us. Is Natasha looking to be more than friends? Find out in the next chapter of The Freshman. Why do you care, though? Why do you care? You're not with Caitlin. Take a deep breath. You're not with Caitlin. Understand this. It didn't exist. We're with James. God damn it. So if y'all did enjoy the video, please feel free to like, comment, share, subscribe. As I said, there was going to be something to talk about at the end. So, pretty much I'm going to be working on a lot of content this week. Please stay tuned for that. Diamond editions, normal editions, chapters, the more of the letter. I'm going to start making that out there again. So, stay tuned for that. Please, I know you guys really love choices, but please try checking out some of the other content. I try doing, content that I know that you folks would really enjoy, that are especially our visual novels and whatnot. And the letter, I'd have to say, is pretty up there. It's nice because it's got other voice actors with me narrating, and they're doing their shtick and the whole 9 yards. And also feel free to check out that it was released to Android. However, it is free, but you only get to play as Isabella. It is a cost for each individual character that you want to play as. They have their own stories. Now, you can purchase the whole entire app. It is still on sale, so if you want to grab that, it is still on sale. I believe it's $10 or something to pick up either on Steam or on the Android store. I would say pick it up on Steam. you get to enjoy it more. It's on your PC. You've got it there indefinitely. I mean, it doesn't really matter, but, you know, if you want to watch it on a bigger screen, you should check it out there. With that being said, also if you want to follow me on social media or whatnot, you can do so. There will be more announcements in the official Choices videos that go live later today. I have quite a bit I want to discuss with people. In a whole, I should be doing just a whole video of a channel update, but I figure I'll just, you know, cover things as it goes. Until next time, stay well, stay awesome, and I hope you all have a great day. Peace.